Hello, everyone. Welcome to the August edition of the Kick On podcast from back to two different countries this time, but there was a period of time where that wasn't true. Here we go. We got Julian, we got Tim, we got Mark, we got 5 extra kilos from eating in Japan. Hello, welcome. It's been a while. We've done a fair bit since the last episode, actually, but yeah, if you haven't been keeping up with the photos of us in the same studio every day posted several days in a row. We've been recording a whole bunch of stuff, and now we're all back. Everything's settled, so we thought, what better time to do a podcast? So, if you don't know, this is a monthly podcast we do over on patreon.com/the Consouls band, where you can watch live as well as submit question segments, whatever you want to know about the band, whatever. We do this thing called Top 3, Bottom 3. Don't know if we're doing it this episode because we have no more good submissions. So there you go. But we do that sometimes. Otherwise, yeah. If you're watching on YouTube, hello. We're going to talk about what we've been playing and a bunch of behind the scenes stuff in relation to the band. So, has anyone played a video game in the last 2 weeks? Because I haven't.
I have.
All right, Tim, go.
No surprises for guessing what it is.
Yeah, I know, right? If you've been following in Discord, I've been playing Fire Emblem, Three Houses, or whatever the full title is, but the new one on Switch. And I like and don't like the game. I don't know. To quote Gamra, it's a solid 7 out of 10.
Wow, just put camera on the glass.
But that's not even. That's like the most out of context. Like, you could have been like, to quote Gamra, going about the tomato in the salad. Like, that's.
Yeah, exactly.
What a meaningless word in the context of this sentence.
For those, well, the way I think of a 7 out of 10 is it's very average, right?
Just
it's
like
not,
Breath
it's not
of the
amazing. It's not terrible, but yes,
that's the actual origin of that quote, by the way.
Yes, that is the origin of that quote. That's my opinion on the game. I was liking it up to a point. I won't spoil things, but yeah, at a certain point, I just decided the game was, I don't know, I just got less invested in it. I think I masterclassed too early and just went, you know what, everything else is just storyline that I'm not invested in. So I kind of stopped. So I think I'm 2 chapters away from finishing the game, which is probably, if I skipped all the unnecessary stuff, could probably do in like half an hour, but I've decided not to do that, and I will pick it up again at a later date and probably finish it or leave it unfinished, because that's how I am with games I'm not invested in.
Man, I don't know, like, okay, welcome to the monthly segment where I rag on Fire Emblem, apparently, but like, the thing, like, there are just 2 camps of people who play Fire Emblem, right? You have people like Tim who are like, yeah, I don't know, I guess it's, I mean, at one point I enjoyed it, I don't know, it's fine. And then you have the people who are like, yeah, the girls are really cute, and I took her for tea. Like, there's no one who's like, it's like, okay, but how's the, like, what about the gameplay? Like, yeah, no, I picked the red house, and there's this girl, and I don't know, now she's A rank, and we got our future's looking really bright. I don't know. And then there's the people who are just like, I don't know, this game is fine, but I don't know, I'm gonna keep playing it.
Yeah, I think like it's hard, man, because all right, if you like Fire Emblem and you like strategy RPGs, then you'll enjoy that element of the game, which is what I enjoy, because I don't play a lot of strategy RPGs, mainly because I suck at them. But Fire Emblem on normal mode is enough of a challenge. Well, actually, at the start, it was enough of a challenge. Now it's gotten it always gets too easy to point. So I enjoyed that. I will, anyway. But then there's like, I like the new thing where there's the school, and it's kind of like the Persona thing. You spend a day there and kind of have to, like, if you do certain interactions, you get certain things and unlock certain things. That's cool. But as you mentioned, that there's the tea time crap, where it's kind of like, okay, not really a fan of that. But the game kind of encourages you to, if you want to like boost stats quicker, then you do things like that to boost, your lance stats so that you can masterclass or advanced, like, because to do, I don't know, I can't remember what the mechanics were in the other games, but if you want to be a sword master, then you need to have like A rank sword on whatever character you want. And then there are like other classes which are like A rank sword, B rank lance, A rank flying, and all that kind of stuff to get like the Pegasus or like the Falcon Knight or Pegasus. I can't remember what they are now. And I think that's pretty cool because instead of levels, it's more about, I guess, weapon specialization. So you kind of like, you can also then unlock certain classes and then switch between classes for different maps, depending on what enemies you're facing, or whether you need more movement, or whether you just want to hit like a truck and you don't need to move too many squares in a match. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. There's flexibility there, but I don't know. Once I kind of like masterclassed certain characters and unlocked things, I kind of was like, okay, I'm kind of bored now. So yeah. Apparently you can marry your main character. I've not gotten to that point yet, so I'm leaving the game where it is.
2 chapters left. Better put a ring on it.
Nah, man. I don't know. I just don't care. It's kind of like, yeah, no. So I'm done. I'm done. I'm pretty much done with the game. Yeah, I assume the last couple of chapters are not going to be that hard, given that I'm playing normal mode, and I think the characters that I do have are pretty OP, bar me making dumb mistakes. But yeah, I enjoyed the game up until I didn't. So I guess that's my rating of it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was thinking of getting it. I'm like, after the recording and after all the creative stuff of the couple of months or whatever, I really need to just sit down and like be a piece of shit for a while, and chill.
Wait.
But
I was gonna say, wait for Astral Chain. That looks really sick.
yeah, you know what? It looks good. I was like trying. I mean, I will say, oh my gosh, like, even though I'm not playing Fire Emblem, the soundtrack is sick.
Yeah,
Like,
the
there's a
music.
lot of. It's so good. Like, it's probably my favorite of the soundtrack so far, that I've kind of gone through. So that's really good. But I've been playing a lot of Super Mario Maker. Playing loosely here and there, but just watching like Twitch streamers and just YouTubers. A lot of people who are doing like Kaizo, which are Kaizo levels are the really hackable, extremely difficult masochistic levels, and that's been a lot of fun. I know, like, the last recording, all of us were kind of on the Smash training breaks. I think I was just so obsessed with Kaizo. Every time we had a break and eating food, we were just like watching videos of just people doing ridiculous levels and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I just think this game's way more creative, and I see myself getting warped into that, high execution stuff, because I've never been really good at Mario, or I've been like average at platformers compared to, let's say, like Gamma or Mark. But then getting on the Mario Maker trains, being like, oh man, there's some cool stuff you can do, and super creative. I know me and Gamma have talked about it back and forth a little bit of just like, what levels, what should we do, blah blah blah. It's good supplementary game because it becomes like just execution stuff, and you can do it while we're doing like admin work or whatever. It's like, oh, something's loading, play a game, like something's exporting, just have a run at it. And yeah, it's been mad.
The thing that Mario Maker has going for it that like basically no other game does bar none is that you can have a mediocre level in Mario Maker, but it doesn't matter because it's a Mario game. Like, it just, from the get-go, if you're pressing jump or right or whatever button you press in Mario, it just feels good. So you're already working from a higher baseline than you are in like any other video game, because Mario just feels friggin' good. So yeah, I've been playing a little bit as well. I've been doing like what do they call, the endless, but not super expert. I've been doing expert, and it's kind of good because everyone's got the making garbage levels out of their system. So the quality of levels I've been getting is like pretty high. I've been pretty impressed actually. So that's been fun. But yeah, After the recording, I basically took all of the streamers that Julian was watching and started watching them as well. But there's definitely like a tier of like sometimes you watch your videos, you're like, okay, I'd want to do that, and then there are other videos that are like, I'm glad you're doing that. I don't want to do that because I don't know. There's definitely a tier of levels that's just not for everybody. But it's cool. I like when people talk about Mario Maker tech. When people find when they talk about new tech, it's kind of like a new way of using the mechanics to sort of create a new mechanic. I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. The one we were looking at in the recording was with the
power block.
The power blocks are the P switches where you'd like come out the side of them or whatever, and it would like propel you upwards.
Yeah, with some switch. Yeah, you jump into it from the bottom, and then you'd like fly off and get projected even.
Oh, yeah, it was the on-off switches. On-off switches.
Yeah, so whenever they talk about finding new tech, and then like the top streamers will make levels for it, that's kind of cool. But in terms of playing it, I've just been kind of jumping in and doing streaks. I 100%ed single player on the plane, which, you know, I found out there's like there's like a builder Mario. I didn't know there was a builder Mario until I played single player, so it was kind of good. But it definitely felt like more of a demonstration of the system mechanics rather than actual fun levels. But yeah, I don't know. I said to people on Discord, I beat Nier Automata. That's the best game I hated playing. That's sort of the only way I can put that.
Really?
You want to talk about like good jumps in Mario? That has one of the worst definitely the worst jump I've seen in any Platinum game.
Yeah, right.
You hit the button and then there's like 10 or 15 frames where she's still on the ground. So it feels like it's lagging, but in reality, she's like her bum's sticking out and she's getting ready to go. Because you can animation cancel it so you can see what she's doing, but it's like this jump sucks. And the entire time I played it, I'm just like, this jump sucks. I don't want to play this game. How could a Platinum game have a jump that sucks this much? Take Platinum off. If they'd taken the name Platinum off the game, I would have had a higher opinion of it, because you see the word Platinum on it and you have certain expectations. And then you hit that jump button and you're like, I want a refund. But I don't know. It's the best game I hated playing. That's all I can say about Nier Automata.
Fair enough.
And then I got
was the story
Pokemon
worth?
Let's Go. Oh, it's worth. You can look at the title screen right now, and you could tell me like point for point exactly what's going to happen. But the thing that game does really, really well is that it, without sort of spoiling anything, and I think I might have even mentioned a couple things at the recording, but it uses games like you talk about like Uncharted and stuff like that, where it's just like, you know, your quick time events, whatever, but it's like you're playing a movie, for lack of a better word. But Nier uses the game medium like pretty well. So even though I hated playing it, you sort of realize and like understand why it has to be a game, because it just does very gamey things to help propel the story. But you know, you could look at that story and you could tell me exactly what's going to happen without knowing anything about Nier, but the way it tells that story is pretty unique, and the soundtrack is killer, so that kind of doesn't hurt.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the ending sequence, for anyone that's played it, is like, it's bonkers. It's so good. It's the whole third act makes up for how bad the second act is, because it makes you play the whole game again, which is rubbish. And apparently in the first game you had to do it like 5, 6, 7 times or something. This time you only had to do it 3 times, and even that was bad. But I don't know. I'm glad I had Mario to hit a jump and enjoy it. That was a real good palate cleanser. I just like picked up a controller. Like, yeah. Oh, that feels good.
Bravely Automata.
Kind of, but Bravely sucked ass, and I wouldn't say that about Nier. Whereas Bravely Default, it's been like 5 years. You just made me angry. That game's so bad. Anyway, play Nier or don't. Just, you know, it's good, probably.
Yeah, right.
That's a good choice. Yeah.
Good storyline. That's always cool.
Yeah. And then I got Let's Go, but I don't like Pokemon Go, and I don't know. It's nice to be able to read a game in Japanese without a dictionary. It makes me feel like I'm improving. So that was worth it. The $0 I paid for it. And yeah, I don't know. Been playing bass. That's fun. So that's what I've been doing instead. Persona 5 soundtrack. That's all I want to learn. So I've just been working through that. I haven't even played Persona 5, but I'm just like, yeah, all right, next track. All right, I'll learn this bass line. All right, cool, done. Then it's like a 3 or 4 track CD, or 3 or 4 track album. So there's a lot of songs. Anyway, that's what I've been doing. It's been all right. I'm pretty tired. It was a long
Fair
flight
enough,
back. It
dude.
was a long flight back. Oh my god. It was
What
like
made it long?
So the plane went backwards. First of all, the flight
As
was at
into
6.
Melbourne?
It went to Melbourne. So it was a 6 o'clock flight. I rock up to the airport after 5. I'm like, hey, he's gone. I'm here from a plane. And they're like, do you not know how to read? I'm like, yeah, but I had to eat my toast. Can you get me on the plane? So they like took me to the front of the line. Everyone's swearing at me. I'm like, sorry guys, I got work tomorrow. You wouldn't understand. They were all Japanese people. I bet they all had work tomorrow. Then we went on a plane backwards to Melbourne, and then to Tokyo. So it's like plus 1 hour, 10 hours, and then from Narita it's like 2 hours. And I brought an instrument for someone. So then that took like another half an hour in the train, longer than it should have. So door to door it was like 18 hours, and then I had work the next day, and
Yeah,
it was not a
right.
good time.
No, never is a good time.
But yeah, to your point, Rue, I know Persona 5's like Royale's coming out, so I'm just waiting for the Japanese release, and I'm telling myself I'm going to be able to finish it before the English version comes out. But let's be honest, Japanese is real hard.
So that one does need a dictionary, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that was when I like went and downloaded a couple more Anki decks. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need to learn a few more words for this one. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Oh man.
Wow.
Well, what about you, Marky Mark?
Nothing, man. Final Fantasy 14.
Oh,
It's exactly like everybody else has described the games they've been playing. It's like love-hate, basically. Story is standard, but with a few twists here and there, which keeps you invested. But it's just so many cutscenes, man. I can't deal with that. Just want to play the game. But it's not bad. A solid 7 out of 10.
how's the online? How's servers and stuff?
It's pretty good. Japanese people are very nice. Even though I can't read chat 90% of the time, they're very nice. Yep.
Should we correct my like day one Japanese mistake from the last episode?
Yeah.
What was that?
What did I even say? It was like
It was like
Yoroshiku.
fourth. Yeah.
So like Yoroshiku is like 4649, as in Yo as in 4, Ro as in Roku, Shi as in the other 4, and Ku as in 9, which is also like a standard greeting. So you can type 4649, and I'm locking that one in, Eddie, as a way of being nice to people in chat. I've heard nothing but positive things about Final Fantasy 14, and it is the funniest thing because all my old Dota friends are playing it, and they're like, why won't they flame the bad players? Why do I have to leave when there are bad people? They're encouraging them. Why can't they kick them so we can get it done faster? But apparently the Japanese players are just like so positive and trying to help everyone along when you're in like instances with them. It sounds really wholesome.
Yep. It's so polite. Like there was a whole chain of text once, and then it's like, man, we all stuffed up the last rotation, but I wonder if anyone's actually mad. And then I popped into Google Translate, and it was like, oh, please be careful. You know, the lightning comes down over here. You don't want to be too close to the lightning. And I was like, oh, thank you very much. That's awesome. We'll make sure not to do that. Thank you so much for the advice. And it was like, coming from WoW, where everyone is like, kick, please kick straight away. The tank doesn't know what to do. It's a nice, refreshing change, but it's fun. It's not too bad.
So are you still in base game? Are you still in Realm Reborn?
I got through the base game, which was there's a lot of filler because they padded out at the end of every game or expansion. They put heaps of filler quests at the end because to tide people over till the next game. So at the end of A Realm Reborn, there's literally 100 quests which have nothing to do with the story whatsoever. It's literally go around and pick up a vegetable and then deliver it to this dude. You're like, oh, why are we picking up vegetables? I'm sure it has a very good reason. And then the reason is that oh, we needed to test you to see how dedicated you are to killing this big bad dude. If you weren't keen enough to pick up vegetables, then we don't want to help you. That's literally what they said.
Sounds like a Naruto episode.
Oh
Yep.
no.
Yeah, there's a bit of filler, but the story's not too bad.
Apparently, it gets
Yeah,
good
right.
from where you are. It gets like you've gone through the trash, and now it's apparently each expansion just gets like exponentially better. And then
Oh yeah,
people are saying that the latest one is like the best Final Fantasy story period. But I don't know.
yeah. It's
People
winning
also say
awards and
Fire
stuff.
Emblem's good, so I don't. You can't trust people. You know what I mean?
The
That's a fair
duality
call.
of man.
Oh god.
Yeah.
All right, why don't
Oh,
we?
man.
Because we're pretty light on top three, bottom threes today. So should we go? What do you reckon? Should we go into how about a behind the scenes for Snowman, and then we'll talk about the last studio for a bit. So let me go ahead and throw this up on stream for everyone. Bagoosh. So if you're watching live, you can see our latest video over on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/theconsoulsband, which you're already at because there's literally no other way to watch this podcast, but you should watch this video anyway. I don't know, like I'm trying to look at Julian's laptop. It's on stream in this video, trying to see what time it is. I remember this one being quite late because we were like, nah, this will be fine. We can do
Yep.
this one late. Oh, look at how Mark looks tired. That is a tired Mark. There are bags under this drummer's eyes. He's like micro sleeping in his groove. This is so funny. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh
But-
no.
I think I was
Oh,
gonna
go
say
on.
I think the Insta thumbnail sums it all up.
So mean. What a mean thumbnail.
I don't really care, but oh man, it's so bad.
I need to see it. I haven't.
Oh man, I don't know if you can pull it up for stream, but if we can't, check out the Consoles Band Instagram because the thumbnail is so bad.
Mark, I'll send it to you. I'll send it in the WhatsApp.
Oh god, I didn't realize what the
Sad to
thumbnail
see.
was until I was like, "What are people chatting about in the thumbnail?" And then I actually looked and like, "Oh,
It's sad to
fuck."
see. You can pull it up right now.
Like, thanks a
I'll-
lot, guys. Jeez.
Oh man. Anyway, there's your behind the scenes. We were tired. Very tired.
Yeah,
I remember
that was definitely the last tune.
Oh,
on one
check
of the
the
days.
WhatsApp.
and it's in G flat because apparently Tim just like printed his chart wrong and no one thought to correct him. We're like, haha, this will be funny if we explain it. The best jokes are the ones you have to explain. Hey guys, you know why we don't want to play this tune ever? It's in G flat. Hold for applause. Best kind of
you know,
jokes.
to be honest, I actually thought it would be changed into its proper key. I just never bothered to like bring it up because on stream it was just kind of like, oh, wait, what key are you in, Tim? I'm like, oh shit, I was thinking in the wrong saxophone or whatever it was. And then
No, I think we were just like, oh, me and Mark were just, oh man, it sounds really good in this. And we kind of kept it, just like color wise, like man.
but the dumb thing is, I played it on alto in the stream, but I didn't want to play it on alto and live because far out my alto. Intonation on that instrument is just so bad. I just don't practice it enough. Like it's, yeah. So yeah, that's why Gamra had to play in the best key for double bass, I assume.
It
Actually,
is
Rue, hold
the
on.
best.
Before you give me credit, I have a digital piano with a transpose button, so
Oh, I'm gonna
it
call
was
it out.
definitely no big deal.
Uh,
But yeah, no, I liked it in that key. It was nice.
I think it sounds nice. I don't know what the original key sounds like, but yeah.
It's in G major. and it's
Oh, that
like-
would have been so much easier.
It was like it's just super. It's a lot more sharper. I don't know. Just like it pierces you a bit more. If you listen to it, I don't know. I can't. I'm not saying I have synesthesia and like think of keys and colors, but like it does have its own. G flat's a lot more cool and chill, and then no, it's D flat. It just starts at G flat or whatever. But it's literally a whole tritone because I think you went the opposite way.
Yes, I must
Perfect.
have. Yeah.
Perfect. All right, everyone should go
So
watch
we're-
that episode. SMJ, the Earthbound episode. And then watch
Oh,
some
man,
Mother
good
3 one,
times.
because we did that one too. We recorded Mother 3. Damn, we've come full circle, huh? The next recording. But
Not bad.
this one, so this was the last one from that shoot. Because now everything going forward is new content. And I distinctly remember walking out of that one. There was like the last notes played, and then the voice of God came through from the studio. It was like, "Boys, how was that?" And we're like, "I don't know. I don't know. Just let's go
Done.
home." And then like we got the raw in whatever it was, WhatsApp. However we got the raw later on. And I was like, "Okay, here we go." No, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. You know. But it was just one of those ones in the moment. There was nothing. You're just like praying. Your fingers are going. Your breath's going. You're like, God, I hope this is good. There's literally no way I can control this. I just hope it's good. And then that was it.
I think overall, I mean, with the exception of like playtime, but I think we were a bit more prepared than January, or it wasn't as stressful. Oh, no, I wouldn't say it wasn't as stressful, but like there's a lot more we did to this shoot because we had the power to do so. I think
There's some real weird stuff coming out, eh? Like this is not. You don't know. Like you think you know what's coming, like from a video game jazz band, but you don't. I don't think you do. I just don't think you do.
It's funny you're saying that.
You know.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, that'll be
What?
out in the next 4 months because that's how much content we recorded. Anyway, I'm gonna pull up the thumbnail for everyone to see over on the Instagram.com/the Consouls band, so you can see me with my music stick. Tim's in space.
Yeah. I'm definitely cooked.
Oh, feels bad. I'm gonna take this off. I'm bullying Tim live on here. This is not fair.
Oh, it's fine, man. Whatever.
But-
It's all good.
Speaking of the new shoot, though, on the whole SMJ topic, I would highly recommend you go watch. And I guess this will be up. Yeah, both episodes of SMJ will be up by the time this hits YouTube. So Jono actually came and sat in. Julian, Jono, and myself did a double episode of SMJ. Like 3 days after we'd done 30 or 25, 30 hours in the studio. Like, to give you an idea of how cooked we were, Julian's like, all right, you have one job, just transpose, you have one song, transcribe one song. So I did it. And then it was the one, he's like, I've already done this one, so please do this one. And I'm like, yeah, this song's mad. I was like eating breakfast, like smashing oats and transcribing. And then I like go to drag it over, like my cursor is hovered over our Google Drive folder. And then I reread the message. And I go, oh no. And I like pull my cursor back to the original folder and let go. It never even made it into that folder. I was so upset with myself. But those episodes were a mess, but they were fun, I thought.
As someone that watched the Super Mario World one, and I had to timestamp it for the bloody highlights. Oh my gosh, that episode is cooked. But it's good. I enjoyed it.
Was it the wrong song? No, Julian had already done the song. He'd already transcribed a song, and he's like, please do one of these other ones for me. And I said, got it. Do the same song. And then I did.
But yeah, I highly recommend watching the episodes with the other Jono. Wait, how should we refer to it? Jono?
Your name's Jim now. I don't know if that's... Is that episode
Is
out
my
yet?
name Jim?
You're Jim and Jark.
Jim and Jack.
That's right, Jim and Josh.
Oh gosh, was that an episode? I thought it was just
I-
behind the scenes.
No, this is... No, okay, it must be the Rhythm Heaven one, which...
It was.
Let's
Oh,
never
no,
do
it
double
was- it
episodes ever again.
Oh goodness, that's right. Yeah, everyone's name starts with a J.
Vote
So
for your
Jim
favorite
and
J
Jark.
in the comments below.
Top three,
That's-
bottom three J's.
Oh.
Jim's number one.
Jim, Jack, Julian, Jono.
Jamra.
Jamra.
I've had Jamra before. I've unironically been called Jamra by someone. There is a person
Unironically.
who has left my life that was once in my life that called me Jamra. We have since parted ways. I wish them best in their future endeavors.
Oh goodness.
I do like the idea of a medley. That wasn't the episode we were planning on doing it, but yeah, the truth be told, none of us really knew Rhythm Heaven. So then it was like, let's do a medley. So I got the Rhythm Heaven album, and it's like 120 tracks. I'm like, let's do a medley another month. And yeah. So then, I don't know, we got to Yoshi, and it was like, it's 2 chords anyway. Maybe we'll figure it out. But you'll have to watch the episode to find out if we did.
All I remember is
highlights are coming.
I like the what was it? Something about the business suits, and we've gone to the island or something like that.
Yeah, the suits have had enough to swing. The kids want more Yoshi's Island music.
That's right. Oh gosh. Anyway,
but yeah,
good times.
Carlos does do a bunch of medleys, so you know,
He's a big video game man.
food for thought. But not this week because I'm on a diet. God, food in Australia, you guys, there's so much. The portions in Australia are like, they should be illegal. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Can't wait to go to America with you, buddy.
Oh, yeah, all right. Hey, we're going to America in January.
Are we?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out where, but if you can get a double bass to MagFest and you're in the comments section, please do it. Electric bass is very different. And unless you can ask me to play one of 3 Persona songs or Court Begins, maybe we should just walk into every jam and we'll just be like, hey guys, do you want to play Oppressed People from Final Fantasy VII? What a good song. No, Electric's been fun. I've been really enjoying it. It's just like, oh man, that's actually a good moment from the shoot we were talking about. Because we were cooked, we were fried, and we've recorded all the episodes up to that point. So the 2 episodes we recorded, Rhythm Heaven and Super Mario World 2, that happened after the shoot. We'd recorded everything up to that point, right? So we were recording something for the Leighton episode after we'd recorded 3 tracks that day, and you know, we had an idea, and it's not for people who have been playing instruments as long as us. It should not have taken me as long as it did, and it was one of those moments where I sort of had to stop, and in the car on the way home, I was just like, man, I can't remember the last time just in my life I was this bad at something, just anything. Like, you know, you give things a go, like cooking, or maybe you go play darts, whatever, and you can be bad at it. But like, man, that was like, I was just like proper bad at that ending. But then, you know, we got some sleep and turned out a little better, I guess. But that was a real high point for me, just like being that bad at something. Like, oh, man, like I'm around toddlers all day, and like they're bad at things, like they put a lot of effort in. But they're so bad at everything they do, and that I really had one. I really had a moment like that. Everyone in the room was just like cheering me on. It's just like, man, it just wasn't happening, not at all. But watch that video natural. Anyway. It turned out all right.
Yeah. Oh man, not gonna lie though, the actual recording of that tune from that game. Far out. I was so done by the time we started recording it. I was like, I can't do too many takes of this because I just can't record anymore. Like, please, one of those takes be good.
I know. You can feel it draining from you, can't you? As every take goes past.
I was praying to the recording gods, just please let me get through this song. Oh man.
What was
rough.
Really interesting about this recording in particular is, so I guess if you want to talk about the arranging arc of the Consouls, so obviously Julian started doing everything because he had the background for it, and then I helped at some point where it was like either transcriptions or like ideas, but then eventually fell off again, and now we're sort of like building a arranging / composing team now that we've got Jono, and then like I'm starting to do a bit here as well. And there's a section in this same tune, and we'll talk more about it when it comes out. I think it's coming out relatively soon, so we'll have to wait.
Depends on what's going on with the video.
It might be coming out. Look, when it comes out, we'll talk about it again. But there's a moment where I guess, you know, we're talking about the J pairings in the band. we basically there's a section that between like Jono and I had to like work something out together, and we sort of like, all right, how do you want to do this? So we sort of walked into a practice room. He put a recorder down in front of me and he's like, go. I said, what do you mean go? He goes, just do bass things for a bit. So I went, okay. So I'm just like having a little noodle because it's been a while since I touched my bass or whatever. And I'm just sort of like noodling. And then he stops. He goes, okay. And then he walks out of the room. What? Hang on. And then later that night, he sends back, I guess, his interpretation of my brain. And yeah, that made its way into the tune. So look, you'll be able to pick it when it comes up, but there's a cool moment in that. Like that's a cool tune. All these tunes are cool. They're all very different.
Yeah, I think this album's very different to anything we've done. Very different.
I just like that it's not. I don't know. I just feel like all the songs are nice. I don't know. They're not like overly complex, but they're just like, I feel like the arrangements are nicer than, I don't know. I don't know if it's got to do with the song choices or just maybe we've matured as a band. But yeah.
I don't know if everything is going to be for everyone, but I think there's something for everyone out of what we've done is sort of the best way I could describe it. It's very like, it's just a weird. What genre are we gonna put this in on iTunes? Is it just gonna be other? Like, I don't even know. World music.
Yeah, I was gonna say that because without revealing too much, we're not. Think about that. Think about that. Use that in your philosophy and psychology. What does that mean? But yes, other works.
Anyway, you don't have to wait long. If you're a patron, it's out this week. Oh God, it's out this week. We have. Don't worry about it. Anyway, you can stay tuned to patreon.com/consolesband and yeah, you'll see it right after we see it. Nah, it'll be fine. It's good.
I don't even know what's coming out for the peeps. Is it stuff from this
Saturday?
Yeah, it's not from SMJ3, which in itself was pretty exciting because you have no idea what it is. So that'll be cool. Like I said, we had a day that was just weird stuff. There's literally like one or two recordings that we did on Saturday that if you ask me to just like, I have no recollection. I hate how recordings work like that. You just walk into that room. We've spent how many hours in that room, and I can recall maybe the 3 seconds after they say, okay, and cut, and then we all start swearing, or we're all like, yeah, that was all right.
Do you want the exact number of hours? I can look at the invoice and tell you how many hours we were in the studio.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Let's take bets. Let's go. Highest without going over wins.
All right. I'm going to be impartial.
Hold on, Tim. Does that include?
No. I'm just going to go studio time. I'll math boys.
You're not including the day of
Not
SMJ.
Including that day. Not including the extra day.
Of SMJ, yeah.
Yeah.
Extra.
All right.
What do you mean?
I don't mean extra day. I mean the day that you guys were running the EPs.
Medleys. Haha, medleys.
Yeah.
26.
What's your bet, Mark?
21.
24.
Oh, you go in the middle. Yeah.
I was going to take 25, so I'm at least giving you some space.
All right. I'll do the slow reveal.
Oh, great.
Friday, 9 hours.
Oh, I'm already gone.
Saturday of recording time was 5 hours, but then rehearsal time afterwards 1.5. So Saturday was 6.5 hours.
Oh, Marky, might be in.
Sunday.
Gabby.
The final number for Sunday is 8 hours, totaling us at 23.5 hours.
Wow.
Cop out.
For that weekend.
Cop
Did
out.
you guys remember Gamra Fact? I was counting every second I was awake. Of course I'm going to get it right. Because you had Gamra Facts. Everyone like and subscribe. If your favorite new YouTube channel, Gamra Facts, where I tell you how many hours I've been awake at any given moment. So
Goodness.
So here's the backstory. I had to drive someone to the airport for a 6 a.m. flight. We got there at 4 a.m. This was the Friday of the shoot.
The recordings.
So I had to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning the day we started shooting. So that meant that by the time we'd had lunch, I'd been awake for 10 hours. And I'm really passionate about being awake. So I just made sure that everyone knew exactly what my story was. You know what I mean? So every hour we'd stop, it'd be like, and cut. I'd look at my phone and be like, I've been awake for 14 hours. Be like, Gamra Facts. And then that was the whole, there you go. So of course I'm going to get it right. It was only natural.
Unsubscribe.
Amazing.
Unsubscribe to Gamma Facts.
Yeah. Subscribe to the Consouls.
God.
Speaking of Gamma Facts, I reckon, look, we'll have plenty of time to tease you about the studio stuff in the next 12 months as it comes out. It's not going to be 12 months, but we're going to move into some fan questions where people submit over at patreon.com/theconsoulsband. If you're a silver member or higher, you can suggest top 3, bottom 3s, which we're not doing today because they're all trash. So you need to step it up, everyone. But we do have some really good fan questions, so we might get into those. I don't have who these are from, so I don't know if Tim or someone can check them, but I might
okay.
ask the first one, and then maybe Tim.
I can check it as you ask the question.
All
Yeah.
right. So speaking of Gamma Facts, let's talk about, do any of you have any random knacks, superpowers, or skills unrelated to the consoles?
Oh, let me check that one.
I have a really dumb one, and I don't know why I know how to do this, but so when I was like 14, 15, right around the time before I started driving, I still had a Discman, or maybe not a Discman, but like a 128, 256 meg MP3 player. So you'd spend a lot of time in the car, but you'd only have like 8 or 10 songs, when you're driving. So I got bored a lot, and I learned how to say, I used to read phone numbers, we would stop at red lights. And for some reason, I learned, if you give me a number between 1 and 26, I can tell you the corresponding letter, and I can say the alphabet backwards. Don't overdiagnose me, please, but there you go. I can do that.
Too late.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, and
Nice.
that question goes to Rue. That was, Rue submitted that question.
Okay. Okay.
There you.
Mhm.
Yeah, right. My equivalent to that, but I wouldn't call it a superpower. It's just if anyone remembers the old school phones, like Nokia's 3310, Snake 2, love you. I could text without. Yeah, I just remember texting without looking at the phone at all, and just memorizing the letters on the numbers and how many clicks for each one. This is without auto type, and just kind of typing out messages, just click click click, your B is your 2 and all that kind of crap. And yeah, I used to just touch type but on the phone.
Did you ever delete? Did you ever, if you had to write BAD, would you go B, junk letter, delete, and then A to save time?
Oh no, I didn't actually.
Yeah, get on my level. What are you? You're an amateur.
I'm pretty sure on not the Nokias, but when you had arrow keys, I, instead of junk letter delete, I would arrow key to kind of move quickly. Yeah.
That's a good one.
But that's my equivalent to your alphabet memorization, was my phone alphabet memorization.
If you look at Japanese keyboards, they actually still work like that. So it's one
Oh,
for
really?
each kana family. You can do it like a normal keyboard as well, but this is way faster. So there you go.
Mark, have you thought of yours?
I can't think of anything, man. I've been trying to think of it this whole time.
I have one, but I need you to answer as soon as I say mine. I don't want there to be dead air once I say mine.
I don't have one, so yours is gonna have.
All right. Okay, Gamra, can you cue the next question before I?
Okay, got it.
You
Okay,
ready?
I'll think of something. Don't worry, I got it.
All right, but Gamra's got the next question, and Mark, you have to answer before the end of the stream. Okay. So
Okay, Gamra goes next.
Oof. I can fart on cue with a 30-second cooldown. Next question.
What instrument did you wish you could learn? Mine's the electric bass because it's hard and doesn't play like a double bass at all. And I'm really bad at it and that upsets me. So I have to play major scales every day. So I start on my...
What? What?
I
How
completely
can I
missed
learn
what
this
Julian
power?
Huh?
said. Oh my gosh, I'm so
Sorry,
confused with everything right now.
Keep going. We'll catch you up in a sec, too.
Um,
Ugh.
yeah, right. So the question was instruments, yeah.
What instrument do you wish you could learn?
I honestly keys or vocals. They'd be probably my two.
You're doing
Um,
them both now.
Yeah, but not like at a professional level. Just kind of
Oh,
like
cute.
at a. Huh?
I'll cue the request stream.
Nah, man. It's all just at a very, very preliminary level, I guess. But yeah, no, it's fun. I don't know. It's fun using vocals and keys in therapy, which is pretty cool. But yeah, definitely wish I could gig with it. I just reckon it'll be fun. Also, like if you sang, then you don't have to bring gear. So it's like it's like saxophone minus the saxophone. Even less to bring to gigs.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Back on the topic of bottom end wind instruments, I'd say I'd want to learn trumpet. No, that's not bottom end, but trumpet is probably flugelhorn actually above trumpet.
Oh, flugelhorn.
Yeah, get that warmth in ya.
It's not
Yeah.
bad. Not bad.
Not bad.
Mm.
Not bad.
Good size.
Good. Mark.
Yo, I would say either bass or the trumpet.
Bass or the
Both.
trumpet?
Both are pretty appealing. Bass seems like drums in that you just like hold it down and then hope nobody notices that you stuff something up. And then trumpet is like, I don't know, it'd be really cool. I don't know. There's something about there's like a vibe, to the trumpet.
Vibes.
Can't explain it.
Muted trumpet or unmuted trumpet? I hate muted trumpet, but that's just a personal thing.
No, don't worry about muted trumpet. Don't worry about it. No trumpet. Blast everyone.
You need better technique for non-muted trumpet, but I think that's why Miles was so into it because, because his posture was so bad. Like his posture was so bad that, like it. I actually think it's like you talk to trumpet players. I'm pretty sure they'll tell you that. But anyway, sorry, Miles, if that's not true. Don't unsubscribe, please.
Gamra facts.
Who was that question from? Let me check.
I'm assuming that's
that was
also
Rue.
from Rue. Yeah.
Here's one that's not from Rue. This is from, oh God, this is a name I've read a million times but never had to pronounce. Scarmez?
Gamez.
Oh, they're from Melbourne, aren't they? Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Yeah. Oh,
They're
yeah,
a Paris
definitely.
Cat man. There you go. Songs or artists you listen to that's embarrassing.
Well,
Got
I have to
Spotify
listen-
playlists that have hundreds of songs long dedicated to this genre.
I remember getting cyberbullied once because someone was talking smack about like Taylor Swift did a version of September by Earth, Wind and Fire, and so I put on my Spotify. I just wanted to know what's up, and then I got caught in the act. Someone screenshotted it and put it on my Facebook and was like, "How dare you?" So
That's a
look,
private zone.
admittedly, it was not he was conscious, but it's not something I listen to on the regular. But I'll admit defeat in that
Yeah, right.
particular instance.
Man, my list is too long. I work in an industry where I have to listen to everything. So, yeah, you name it. I probably listen to it at least every week, or have to sing it every week.
Actually,
That's fair.
no. Have you guys heard of the Consouls?
Guys, I really like Will I Am. I really, really like Will I Am.
Epod. Have you seen that video? Where he's like,
That was literally every phone game I play. My name is Epod. It's one of my aliases. I'm pretty sure I showed everyone in this band. Oi, don't unpack it. Don't unpack the drum. Mark, come here. Don't unpack the drums. I know we're 40 minutes late. Come watch this Will I Am. Come watch this Will I Am video. He has a song called #That Power. Not That Power. #That Power. And if I go to Spotify right now, how many millions of let's see. If I go to William, it's in katakana on my phone. #That Power has 127 million plays.
there you go.
And how many of them aren't you?
God, he's so good. He's so good. And then there's like a video. Oh, you guys have to. There's a video where he has to. So Intel released like a new processor, and they said, you know who we need to talk about this processor and really sell it to the audience? Will I am. So Will I am goes out on stage with this Intel chip, and he's going to explain to a room full of investors about why they should buy this new Intel processor. The only problem is, he's not. I think you should. I really think everyone should go to YouTube and type "Will I am Intel" and just watch that video. I just really think it's something you should do, and then go listen to #That Power.
Nice.
He's so
Very
good.
good.
He's so good.
Yeah, right. Oh god.
Mark.
Very interesting. Oh, it's like, at the end of the year when Spotify shows you how many, which songs you've listened to the most in the last year. It's always a bad time for me at the end of the year when I have to review number 1, number 2, number 3. It's all the old school stuff from back in the day. Like Barbie Girl by Aqua, What Is Love by Hadaway, Britney Spears, bit of Taylor. Put the Taylor in there. It doesn't matter. Just the stuff that you listen to in the car when you just don't want to think about anything else. Just switch off. Yes.
Yeah,
There's
right.
more. There's more where that came from, but if
Fair
anyone
enough.
finds my Spotify name, I'm done for.
Yeah, right. Oh, dude. At least you're not listening to ABBA. Like
Ooh.
a lot.
Oh, it's on there.
Oh man, I like every week without fail, ABBA gets requested every week, and like
Wow.
for the
Which
longest, doesn't matter, like everything. But I refuse for the longest time. I refuse to learn anything more than Mamma Mia, Dancing Queen, and Waterloo. But then, like, I've recently had to cave and learn some other ones, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, ABBA, why? Why do you exist? Why?
I once went on a 4-hour drive to Orange, and my friend had a double CD in the car, and I said, "What's this? What are we listening to?" He goes, "ABBA B-sides."
Oh no!
B-sides.
Oh god!
Not even once.
Yo.
Not even one time. Don't do
Wow.
it. It doesn't. Just delete this episode from YouTube. All right. I didn't say that. Not even one time. It is. Oh man, I should have walked.
I didn't even know they existed. Sorry, that's terrible.
It was a double CD.
Yeah, right.
Oh man.
Anyway, we're coming up on an hour here, so. Oh, you guys should plug the thing you're doing on the weekend.
Hard modes.
Yeah, we are doing a stream, which is like this video game jazz. Got a few other bands from different parts of the world. NES band from Japan, Hard Modes, 8-Bit Jazz Heroes, and the VGM Collective. I think every band is doing about an hour each. Proceeds will be going to a charity called Able Gamers. And yeah, so I don't know. It'll just be cool to see all the bands doing the video game jazz thing. And we'll be doing a set from 11 a.m. September the 1st Australian Eastern Standard Time, so America, Europe, most likely on the 31st of August at night. I'm really good at saying this information because I filmed a vlog saying the same thing. So
Yeah.
You can go to scorevgm.com/free-play. And yeah, you got the hard modes, consoles, and NES band, but it's weird, spelt weird. VGM Collective, 8-bit Jazz Heroes. So yeah, there you go. 3 countries, 5 bands, jazz. Check it out. It'll be a good time.
cool.
And yeah, so if you didn't know, the next game for Super Monthly Jam will be Super Mario Kart. So that's going to be a hell of a time. I'm sad I'm not going to be there for that one because everyone just go listen to Donut Plains 3 from Mario Kart 8. It's got the best whistle sounds I've ever heard in my life. It's so good. Oh my God. Can we go fund me a whistle or 2?
Yeah.
It's so good.
auto-tune
Oh
whistle.
man.
You can't compete with that.
I have a feeling that's definitely making the cut for the SMJ3 album. Just so Gamra can blow a whistle.
Well, Rue brings up a point. Has the set list been decided? No. So you don't have to. So you can every month you can submit games for upcoming episodes, but you could always just like throw in song suggestions in there as well. If it looks bad and it's hard to do, just ping me and I'll make it a way to do it. Because we want the whole idea of SMJ is it's meant to be fun. Like it's for you guys. Like you guys are meant to be driving it. So sort it out. But okay, no. So stream time, no. We do that. We don't do that. But set list, we do 3 songs. You know, there's literally. Hey, I want to pull up the SMJ thing right now. Look, there's 3, but there's a set list in the top right hand corner of this overlay. All right, don't talk to me about. Literally says anyway. Watch it. It'll be good. We don't know when it's going to be. Patreon.com/consolesband will tell you.
I think she still means the hard mode stream set list, Gammy, but we'll take
Whatever.
that.
Set list says right here on the screen.
Above the SMJ.
Yes.
Correct. Anyway, to answer your question,
Gamma facts.
Gamra 7 out of 10.
Unsubscribe.
Oh wow!
What are you guys doing for this? Is that like a request thing or is it just an hour of music?
Hour of jamming with Jono.
Make him play Crystal Snell by himself for an hour.
Oh dear God. Oh man.
Oh, actually, fun fact, a random quick plug. I'll release an original song soon in my solo because Jono is in the same room as me. I end up playing Crystal Snail for my solo, and it's just like very loud and wildly there. So that's my Consouls endorsement at that particular time. So yeah,
Crystal Snail. Memories.
Crazy.
All
Every
right.
time it happens, it's a bad time at a gig.
That's because I always quote it in a 4/4 song. You just always catch it.
We always just catch it by habit, and then Gamma and I caught it at the same time by accident, and it worked out. Oh my goodness gracious!
We need correction
Disaster.
therapy to be able to play 4/4 again. It's just like we're broken people.
It's not right. It's not right.
You get an electric shock every time you add a quaver. Oh no. Anyway, that'll be a time. Otherwise, yeah, next month SMJ. I don't know. We might do other stuff. There's more videos coming out. There's a lot more videos coming out. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. Otherwise, we'll be back next month with another episode of this. But, yeah, there's plenty coming to YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to youtube.com/The Consoles Band or your social media of choice at The Consoles Band if you want to find out more. But otherwise, get involved over at patreon.com/The Consoles Band or let us know in the comments whatever you want to see out of this show or anything from us except country music. I don't know. That's a pretty safe. Oh, the Consoles B-sides. Oppressed people, but country. Just with a banjo. Oh, I'm gonna look. Let's look up right before we finish. Oppressed people, banjo. oppressed
Please.
people a banjo cover.
We're
We're the first result. We're the first result if you look up oppressed people banjo cover. So there you go. You found your niche on YouTube, everybody. So go ahead, go get those covers recordings, send them in. We'll play them on the show next episode. Otherwise, until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See you.
See ya.